This year in March, I entered the darkest period of my life. I was close to burnout, and because of that, I had to quit my business. Something I'd worked for so hard and long, and something that I'd always dreamed of, I had to let go of. And because of that, I got even more into the darkness. I did not have a reason to get up. I did not have a will to live. I did not leave the house. I did not leave my bed. I just simply wasn't there anymore. And I'm very lucky with the people I have around me. I'd say hundreds of times, my mom is the reason that I'm still here. Not just because she's my mom, because she's a therapist. And this time around, my uncle came in as well and helped me get back to myself. This is a cycle I've dealt with from the beginning of my teens until now. But now, 2 months ago, I finally figured it out. These periods of my life, I've always felt stuck. This time around, I felt stuck in my job. I felt stuck in my relationship, even though I did not know that yet. I felt stuck in so many little things that I had set myself standards for. Being a good girlfriend, being a good sister, being a good daughter, having a clean house, maintaining friendships, having a successful business. I was trying to juggle it all, and some things I was doing really good at, but it was swallowing me whole. And that's where I felt stuck. I did not feel like there was another way out than leaving Earth, because this is what I asked for. I had the business, I had the apartment in Amsterdam, I had the boyfriend, I had everything I wanted. But if something isn't right for you, it will find a way to push you towards what's right for you. I had ignored my own needs for too long, and I had to learn the hard way. There's no such thing as failure. Failure does not exist. Learning a lesson and starting over, however, does. If you feel stuck, it's important to pinpoint what the thing in your life is that's making you feel stuck. There's so many components to a human life that so many different things can make you feel stuck. So making the hard decision to end that relationship or start a new career can be what you need. Even if you already have nothing at all, you have the privilege to start from scratch, to start completely over, clean slate and everything. If you try to have a business and fail, amazing, try again. Or if you now think, I want to succeed in this particular job, start that new career. If you had a long relationship of like 10 years and the first 7 were amazing and the last 3 were not, that doesn't mean that your relationship failed. It means that you had an amazing relationship of 7 years and now it's time for something new. This is what I mean when I say failure does not exist. Failure is this concept that humans made up to put themselves down. But you know, if you are down and you can't get up, you cannot get out of bed, you cannot get out of the house like I was, these things are way easier said than done, obviously. There's some other work you need to do first. You need to heal. And the thing that I've learned in the past months is that there's different parts of human that needs healing. And a lot of the time, they all need just as much healing as the other. I have worked 21 years on connecting with my soul and healing my heart and healing with my emotions. What I've been doing for 21 years is heal everything here. It never occurred to me that I also had some healing to do in my brain. I never realized that my brain was the reason I kept going back into depression. So for example, if you've gone to therapy your whole life and tried to fix everything with your brain, maybe it's time to start looking at your soul connection and your heart. Because these could be the missing puzzle pieces that you've been looking for to heal your depression. Starting healing in every which way you need is the start to your new life. And honestly, I've started over countless of times. I've had so many jobs, I've had so many situationships, and that could be looked at as flaky and not loyal, but what I think is that I look for the thing that is right for me. Maybe that job that I was doing for 3 months was not right for me, but I tried. And maybe that person that I dated for 2 months wasn't right for me, but we tried. But we learned something from it and we took something from it and we use it to get to the life that is for us. And you can start over too. What you have to do is identify what is making you feel stuck. For me, it was the jobs that I was in. It was the relationships that I was in. Once you've identified what makes you feel stuck, allow yourself to leave it. It doesn't have to be right away. It also took me quite some time to realize and accept that my relationship was not for me anymore. And even after I quit my business, I still very much was attached to it and tried to hold on to it in so many different ways. But now I know and I feel that I was not on the right path, and I am on the right path now. And I can tell you how much better that makes you feel. It makes you feel so aligned. It makes you feel so alive. It's such an undescribable feeling that I wish for everybody. Your life should feel yours and it should feel like magic. And once you've made the choice to leave what is making you feel stuck, you can build again. There's nothing in this world you cannot do. I just finished reading a book on the law of assumption. I talked about this in a previous video and I'm sold. This is magic. And I would recommend anybody who feels stuck to read up on that, because if you learn that you can change and create anything for yourself in your life, it will probably feel a lot easier to let go of the things you're holding on to now that are making you feel stuck. Allow yourself to have the dream life that you want. You can always start over, no matter how many times. That is where your strength is, and that is how you should view life. No matter what happens, you can always rebuild and regrow and change the course of your life to make it feel like magic. I'm also still working and learning and growing and changing and building my life. If you want to follow me on my journey, you can follow me on TikTok and Instagram, and I'll see you in the next one.